Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Comic Book Dudes. This is our Just Another Zenescope Monday article, web show thing, podcast if you don't want to look at our ugly faces.
Number two.
And that's right, this is number two. Um, so last week, we had fairly good response to our first one, and we also do Thursday's Valiant Effort on Thursday, so we review all the Valiant books then. And we're getting pretty good traction on that one as well. So hope you guys like this. I'm Aaron Clutter. I'm the editor-in-chief of Comic Booked. And with me, as always, on this side, this time, is Justin Paget, one of our staff writers.
How's it going?
So this week, we've got some really good books from Zenescope coming out on Wednesday, May 20th. And we'll give you some little things to look at here in just a second, as fast as my computer will move. So the background I used here for the theme for this week was from Grim Fairy Tales number 100. It was the cool wraparound cover they did. If you remember back, that's been 6 months or more ago, almost right. A year ago now.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole thing that shook up the entire universe. So we're still waiting on the resolution of that as Realm Wars comes out. I think in 2 weeks, the next issue of Realm War comes out. So, but this week we've got Charmed number 8 and Little Mermaid number 4. So the Little Mermaid series is almost wrapping up. One more issue of that, and that's written by Meredith Finch. Some of you may know from Wonder Woman for DC. So great writer, perfect for this series. I really liked her stuff so far.
Right. She does a great job. Now, this was my first time reading The Little Mermaid and Charmed. But I have read Meredith Finch, and I have read, Pat Shan, who's the writer of Charmed.
Yep. So we'll talk about Charmed a little bit. This is issue 8 of this new series. This is season 10 of Charmed, and they've actually done 2 seasons now of Charmed in the comics. The continuing up from where the TV series ended. And that series was that on Fox?
I believe so.
Okay. Or I couldn't remember if it was Fox or the CW. I think it was Fox back then.
Yeah, I just think it was Fox. I think it was before CW existed.
Yep.
And now you can catch reruns on TNT.
That's right. And they're also on, I think it's on Netflix that we've been watching it. So,
okay.
But the basis of Charmed is the Hallowell sisters. You've got 3 of them. And I have a hard time remembering their names sometimes. There's Piper. Originally it was Piper, Prue, and
Phoebe.
Phoebe, yeah. And then Prue died, and then it was Piper, Phoebe, and whoever the other one is. I know that's terrible. All the other books I read, and this is a good one. I just have a hard time remembering their names.
Cool.
Anyway. So with this issue, it kicks off a new story arc, and the story arc starts out, it's called Love is a Burning Thing. And we know Prue came back. She'd been dead in the series, and then she came back to life, and she actually became the keeper of the Nexus of All. Now, that's like a central locus of magic. And by her being there, she kind of balanced out everything, because when she originally came back to life, all she wanted to do was steal the power of the 3 from the 3 sisters who were alive. And that was a bad thing. Right. Yeah. So once she took over at the Nexus of All, then that kind of balanced everything out. And she's been pretty good so far. Now, this issue deals with some of the problems that they've been having as each of the sisters communicates with her, and they find out that when they talk with her, when they even think about her, they are in pain, and they see visions, or they do whatever, like depending on their powers. Mm-hmm. And they see things of their future that are pretty dark, pretty grim, and they're just not really sure what's going on there. So it's interesting because it sheds some light on why they've kept a distance from Prue, and Prue kind of feels like she's being left out. But really, there's something deeper and something darker, and we can't tell you what that is because it would spoil this issue. But
right.
Definitely something there that you want to keep an eye out for. Meanwhile, you've got Kareem and Tyler, who Tyler is a fire starter that I think, is it Phoebe, has been training?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
And so they have a little bit of interaction there with her and her husband, I think, right? Who is something weird's going on with him. Anyway, so Piper goes to visit Prue. She starts having headaches and weird stuff, and she's got to leave. Phoebe gets a phone call. Oh, it's Piper. No, Piper's the one who just got sick. Anyway, I don't know. I'm all confused.
They all get sick when they talk to her.
Yeah,
basically what it comes down to.
Yep. So I'd like it if Pat Shand would work their names into like every block, so that every time I read, I go, "Oh, that's who's talking." Or if they all wear name tags, that'd be great.
Something.
So Phoebe is out on her bus tour, her book tour, and she's been really busy with that. As she's on the bus here, she's on the phone with Prue, and she passes out. So something, communicating with her really affects them. Then two of the other guys go over to the house to look up some information in the Book of Shadows, and that kind of leads to a whole other thing going on that comes from when Cole, who was the guy who died a couple issues back, who we thought was immortal, but he was stabbed by the Athame, this blade that basically kills the soul. So, anyway, ton of stuff going on in this book. Really, it's not so busy that it's confusing. It's more confusing for me trying to remember who's who. Like if I look at the face, it's like, oh, it's that one, but I can't remember the names all the time. So, but it's definitely a setup for the next big story arc. So many things going on, we can't even really tell you in a way that you would understand. So you'll just have to get it and read it.
That's right.
That makes sense.
If you ever like the TV show, this is definitely right up your alley too.
Yep.
Just because you'll be able to jump right in and know the characters.
Yep. And Pat Shand, once again, does a great job. Writes to his strengths. A lot of good, strong characters and a pretty interesting story. So, all right, Little Mermaid. You want to talk about Little Mermaid?
Little Mermaid. Yep. All right. Well, I haven't read the first 3 issues, but we jump in with this one, and
let me give you a quick background on the first
3
issues.
Let's go for it.
All right, so Erica is the Little Mermaid. She was captured by these scientist guys. She's being experimented on. They extract her DNA to make this army. There you go.
There you go.
Her mom's been looking for her, can't find her.
Meredith Finch just had a heart attack.
Yeah. her mom's been looking for her.
Her dad's looking for her.
Yeah, but they haven't seen each other for 20 years. The Sea Witch comes to her mom and says, "Hey, I got some information for you, but it's going to cost you." She takes her down to see the king, the Sea King, and says, "Here's the deal. You give me one thing, and I'll give you information about your daughter." And they're like, "Okay, it depends on what it is." She says, "All I want's your blessing."
Right.
And the Sea King's like, "Okay,
done.
You've got my blessing." And she's like, "Yes." And she's got some evil plan for this blessing, right? But the Sea King doesn't think about it. So anyway, and now we're here in issue 4.
That's basically where we pick up with the king's advisors telling him, saying, letting the king know that he doesn't really fully grasp what the blessing is.
That's right.
The blessing from the King of the Sea is pretty important. So whatever she's got up her sleeve is now pretty much guaranteed to work.
Yep. I thought it was funny because they say, anytime you've ever given a blessing before, it always had limitations. And this time you kind of said, "You have my blessing." Oops.
Didn't ask what it was for or anything.
Yep.
But then, all right, once that's going on, then we transition back to Erica, who's being held, and it's finally time for her to make her escape. She's going to make her break. She's done staying there. So we get a good look at her, trying to get out through there. Her powers aren't working yet. Maybe they come back and they kind of aid her along the way as I guess as she gets further and further away from maybe something that was in that room. Was there like an inhibitor or something in there maybe?
I don't know. They had her and I'm not sure
Mm.
exactly. So the guy, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was helping her out
Yep.
before, and so I think he helped by like not giving her meds so that she could escape.
I gotcha.
But yeah, till she Vulcan nerve pinches him and goes, "I can only trust myself."
Yes, she
Oh,
does. She, yeah, just knocks him out.
yeah.
That was
Well, it's
awesome.
interesting because she's getting away
Hmm.
or trying to get away while the king is massing his army to come and break her out. So you kind of
Right.
got two ships passing in the night, right? It's kind of funny, but it's interesting because there's still a lot to happen here. We don't know what Ursula's plan is. We don't know what's going to happen with the Sea King and his army coming towards the scientist's lair, and we don't know
Right.
what's going to happen with the scientist and his army because he's been now that kind of the deal is done. He's extracted the DNA and he's made his own army of
Now,
fish
does
merman guys.
right? Does the Sea King even know anything about this army?
No, no,
Does
that's
he
the
know
thing
he's
is
all right?
yeah,
He
this is
doesn't
the
know.
first
Okay,
time we've seen it. Is partway through this issue, so it's like, oh, big army. Yeah,
gotcha,
it's pretty
gotcha.
cool. But yeah, we
Yeah,
still don't know. I mean, we don't want to spoil kind of the ending of this issue, but there's a lot of stuff happens. This is a pretty good one.
there is, and I was not spoiling the ending, but close to what page is this on? It never tells me the page. All right, yeah, not near the end, but we know that the Sea King, his army, are going toward this installation where Erica is believed to be held because they're going to go get her. That was,
Yep.
part of the bargain. They know where she's at. They're going to get her. The art is awesome in this book. I really enjoyed it, especially the part where you see the sea warriors coming up out of the water.
Yeah, that was
That's
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where their helmets kind of break the surf
Right.
as they come up out. That
Right.
was
You
pretty
have
cool.
like moonlight on the water and that reflects on the helmets perfectly. They
Yep.
did a really good job there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Definitely worth picking up. This has been a great series. I'm sure most shops are still going to have 1, 2, and 3. If you can't get them there, you can always go to Zenescope.com, go to their shop, and pick them up.
Yep.
They always have back issues available, so it's pretty cool that way.
Yep. I've actually done that myself. I missed out on, I think it was Robin Hood, like issue 6,
Mm,
somehow, some way, and was able to go through Zenescope's website and get it. And it was, I mean, really quick. Great packaging. They sent me this awesome letter and everything that came along with it. So it was really cool.
that's cool. All right, so 2 great books this week. I would give The Charmed about a 3.5, just because I'm still getting used to this series. I've read the last 7 issues, but 8 had a bunch of new stuff happening, so I was confused because I was never a big fan of the show, but getting back into it, it's pretty interesting. But Little Mermaid definitely a 4.5, almost a 5
Oh, yeah,
really with this one.
definitely.
It's really good.
Yep.
So I did have one other thing to talk about this week. Um,
A
had
surprise.
yeah, it was sort of just just bragging more than anything. Let's see if I can find them here. Um, I'm a member of a couple different groups on Facebook, and oh geez, I have way too many comics. That's all I can say. Um, so one of the guys was going to MegaCon,
Mm-hmm.
and shoot, I had the opportunity to pick up a couple of alternate covers, variant
Cool.
covers. So wanted to show those off. This is for Wonderland 33. So it was a cool, this is the nice
Dorothy.
cover.
Right.
And it's Alice.
Alice.
Alice in Wonderland. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, or Callie Little, I guess. But it's pretty cool. Just a neat, her and her little thing there. And then there was the naughty cover,
Yep.
and that was pretty cool. So, but yeah, those were special exclusives from MegaCon. It's pretty awesome. I had to pay for them, but it was nice that somebody was going down there because I wasn't about to head down to Florida just to get there.
Right.
It's a long trip for me. So, but we have reached out to Zenescope. Hopefully, we'll have some more giveaway stuff soon. So keep an eye open for that. Our other shows, definitely take a look at those because we are giving away stuff on almost every show. I think we have some stuff we're giving away on the Valiant show. We have some stuff that we gave away on the
Comic show.
comic show. Yep, which
Right.
actually nobody really won. Well, we did have one winner, but I still have movies that are back here on the shelf that I could give out to anybody who wants one. All you have to do is say, I want to win something, and I'll ship you a movie.
So if you're watching this, that's all you have to do is leave a comment below that says, I want to win something, and we'll send you that DVD.
That's right. This is the first season of Silicon Valley, HBO series by Alec Berg and Mike Judge. So it's really good. I have 6 of them still. If you want one, just say, I want something for free, or I want to win something, or I don't want to be a loser anymore. Anything like that. Just comment on the video, whatever you want to say. If you want to say it in Spanish, that's cool too. Some lyrics from a Beck song, right? Anyway.
Pretty much.
So, but we've always got stuff we're giving away. So definitely come back, let us know in the comments too. If you think that we're awful, please let us know. I'm sure there's people out there who think we are. If you think we're good, let me know. If you have actual constructive criticism, that would be even more helpful. And definitely check out comicbook.com. You can tell that's where we are affiliated with by our little pictures around us. We have new articles up almost every day with new content. We've got several writers across the country who pick up comics and go to see movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff and talk about them all the time.
Conventions, do cosplay, like you name it, it's there.
That's right. We even had a lady who went to the Lincoln funeral train this last week and just a week before. Beautiful, beautiful costumes, period costumes, and just some great pictures. So if you get a chance to go and take a look at that, she does that. She does a lot of cosplay all over the country. So always cool stuff to look at, always cool stuff to read.
Right.
That's it for just another Zenescope Monday. Please subscribe, like, share, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you back here same time next week.
Thanks a lot for watching.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.